Welcome back to Power Wash Simulator. Time to tackle some more big jobs with the Pro Washer. Fire station is next on the list. Always asks that, we don't have anything going. So this took us like a couple of hours the first time around, using the basic washer. We're going to do the same thing as we did previously and start with the tower. We now have a lot more powerful washer though, so honestly we probably don't even need the scaffolding. I think there's actually an achievement to clean this without using the scaffolding, which you kind of want a good washer for. It's best to do it in free mode. Obviously using the scaffolding is a lot easier, especially to get the top angles. I'll use it for the front side, where there's all the like window ledges and stuff, because it is so much easier. And actually the back side as well has the weird ridges as well. But rather than running up and down all the time, it's just as easy, I think, to not bother on this side. I don't know. I bet we've ended up missing a ton of stuff. It does look pretty patchy, to be honest, so maybe we should just suck it up and climb up the scaffold. Or just a case of taking it slowly, I think. Well, we've got the scaffold here anyway. Probably don't even need an extension, to be honest, but let's just go all the way up just to double check. Check my working. We kind of need the scaffold over a little bit, actually. You're going to do the placement right. Kind of want it centered on this. There we go. Bonk. Why is it so loud, though? Okay, so now the point is then you can get this angle here, this angle here. You tick all the angle boxes. I think that's clean. It got mostly clean just from standing on the ground. Probably could make do with just the green, to be honest. Yeah. So used to having to use the yellow, but not with this one. Though the lichen is a bit stubborn. Ding. There we go, first ding. First ding. Nice. Pretty generous. So good. The wall frame, I believe, extends the whole way around. Or at least as far as this. No. Is it the inside as well, perhaps? Yeah, it's the inside as well. Okay, that's all good. Okay. I guess because I did a lot of it from the ground. Yo. Didn't even care about the inside angle. That's kind of hilarious. Alright. This one here. Once again, hopefully get good angles. Go right to the top. So this one is definitely better to use a scaffold for. Simply for these top bits here. If you're doing it without, it's fine, but you do have to be inventive, like standing on the top and looking down pretty much. I think you can actually stand on them as well. You can probably also just turbo using the long extension from further away. It's probably good enough. Does the green get rid of the paint? Yes, it does. And that's actually done the wall frame anyway. I wonder if you do need to get both sides, because I haven't got the bottom of that. It's still just happy. So it probably doesn't matter. I can probably get away with it, regardless. Problem with using the green is you definitely can't do things from as far away, because it's very splashy on the sides. Yeah. Don't know why I'm doing it looking down so much when I could just go down here. We're going to skip an entire floor now. Just feels so much more forgiving. Nice. I think part of the problem is just the lichen took quite a long time with the basic washer originally. Yeah, we can't get as good an angle on this one, unfortunately. I think we just do that one from the ground and just be done with it. This will be the inside again. It's fine. Oh, we didn't do the underside of the bit right up top. That was probably going to be biting me later. If I didn't get that, it was not going to ding for me when I did the top of the problem. Don't need the extra long for the whole distance, it's just kind of getting it part way down. Probably swap to the short for the rest, to be honest. I wonder how far it reaches without an extension at all, come to think of it. Not far enough. But the short is plenty, turns out. Not to get all the way to the top. Normally you don't even have the extra long at this point. That doesn't unlock until the mayor's mansion, which is a few away, judging by our playlist. Since I'm not doing the career at the moment, obviously I can't tell what the correct order is necessarily. But I'm just going off the order in which I did things with the basic washer. And after this, there's just a ton of vehicles. It seems that the game just goes, here, have a break. You just did a big map. Have a break and have a ton of vehicles. Yeah, I figured that was going to ding without too much more effort. Yup. Oh, tidy off the corners. Alright. Do the outside and then we'll do the inside. Going up. Now I need to remember to do the underside of this ledge here. Ding. Ding. Ugh, just ding ding ding. Yeah, it's not the frame bit that needs to be done from the underside, it's this bit here. Just half spraying the floor inside as well because it just happens to be there. You know what? Sure, collateral. Not damage? Collateral cleaning. It's the opposite of collateral damage. Oop. Right, and this bit is the bit that I want to do from here. Good. And the caps on either side probably won't matter, to be perfectly honest. And down the floor. It's going to be sporadic bits clean on the inside. Just start going up. Look really weird. That's fine. It is nice when I can use the green nozzle, simply because it doesn't make as much noise. Maybe I should just try using that a bit more often. It's not quite as imposing a noise. Oh, we're on the ground floor already. That was quick. Cool. Inside of the doorway. Alright. Going up. Alright. Start off with the tops of all of these. And immediately fall off. I have the short extension on. I don't need an extension on. Not when I'm doing inside work. We'll start by going around anti-clockwise here, because that will help to get the angle underneath these rails. And then we'll go around the other direction, and we can get the angle the other side. Good, that's one rail. So now we get a good view looking inwards instead. There we go. Well, looking outwards from in, I guess you could say. You could say I'm on the outside and I'm looking in. And this tower is very stained, so that's fairly appropriate. Okay. Oh, that just goes all the way around, does it? No, not quite. It goes halfway around. Gotcha. Cool. By standing here in the stairwell site, we get a bit of a view on the underside of that frame bit, so just help to ding it off. There's that. Since we managed to do the outside, undersides comprehensively, these wall frame bits go all the way down, I'm fairly sure. So they're not going to ding for a while. This inside wall bit, does it extend underneath? No, is it just this? Is it just really dirty or something? Or is it, oh, it's the whole way around. Okay, never mind. That's right, it's not sectioned up by wall, it's like that. It's really weird. You just got this arbitrary line halfway through the bricks. And it's, for some reason, horizontally sectioned. You can see the kind of weirdness between the sections there. I'm not sure why it isn't wall by wall. And if you're going to section it up horizontally, have some lines or something going across there. You had the ledge on the outside. Why is it not on the inside? It's kind of where the floor bits are on these levels, but it's not on the sides at all. So it just makes it look a bit weird when you're doing it from the inside. I also feel these steps should be like metal mesh or something. I guess if this is a fire practice tower, that would get too hot and warped, so they just stick with concrete. Does make sense. Your walls are irregular. That's like disappearing. Hey. Right. The underside. So this is always nasty. And then the inside of the floor there. Then I think the top floor also requires... yeah, it's the stairs as well, they're not separate. And the mezzanine. Once you get settled into a rhythm, it's not so bad. Stairs there. Do the floor, I guess. Oh, I've also got the wall to my left. Get rid of this. Window ledge. I guess we'll get the rest from the underside. Floor there. Do the tops of this stairway as I'm going down it, I guess. There's the underside of the sill. Yep. And then there's the underside of this. Gross. I don't know if there's a better way of doing this rather than doing it when I'm underneath it. That seems kind of weird. But it would just dribble down on top of me. There we go. It is rather awkward to figure out how best to do things in this tower. Oh, there's the wall done. Those bits are easy. It's mostly just the stairs and the floor bits, since it's split up kind of weirdly. I guess I could have done the underside of the stairs as I came up. Maybe that would have been a good shout. Oh well. Yeah. It's just a little bit sporadic really, but it gets the job done. At least it all comes pretty easily, it's just ash, basically. He's given up his Pokemon battle to come pollute a fire tower. Go figure. I guess it was his Charizard. Pokemon crossover, that's what this game needs. Clean, like, Oak's Lab, Misty's Gym. What else do we reckon? SSN's probably a bit big. Nugget Bridge, maybe? Must need to do a vote on, like, the 6 most iconic Pokemon locations. blinded by all this stuff. I still fervently believe that they really need to add modding support. Probably don't want to do it until after they're finished having like any paid DLC levels, because they wouldn't want people then coming out with free versions of things that are the equivalent. If you had fan-made levels posted through the workshop, then you'd be able to veto that sort of thing anyway if you really felt you needed to. Tops of those stairs, do the top of the floor, work our way down the wall. How many more floors have we got, you reckon? Pretty much halfway done now, I think. I'm not sure if I did the windowsill on the level above, actually, come to think of it. I did not, there we go. Well remembered. Better to remember now than when I'm hunting around trying to figure out why I don't have a checklist later. I was going to say, there's stuff on the top that I didn't do, but no, it just took a little while. Here's the thing with using the green nozzle. Sometimes it feels that things don't quite clean properly. Maybe the yellow would have been better, but then those dings happen like that, where it's just... there's so much still left to do, but it gives it to me anyway that I feel that, okay, maybe it doesn't matter after all. I was probably overzealous the first time I was doing it, quite frankly. I was just kind of paranoid that it wouldn't clean properly with the basic washer anyway, that I probably spent a bit more time on it than I needed to. So now we start getting these side bits. Some sexual healing with this song. At least the stairs do have like a gap, so the runoff would just go down rather than trickling all the way down the stairs. It's a nice touch. It's weird that the floor isn't dirty itself. I don't remember cleaning it. Unless I didn't at all notice, which is entirely possible. Frame, good. This should be the floor bits we're to do just behind here. Yep. Good, and the last bit of frame, hopefully. Ding ding, yep, good. Now, what do we got here? Wall frame. Is this wall frame done? Yes, it is. Wasn't sure. That one is also done. That one's also done. I think the drill tower is pretty much done. Wrong one. Should we check? Drill tower. Clean, 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 clean. And then everything else still needs to be done. Oh, other drill tower bits. Cool, well that's encouraging. Let's plonk this over down here, I think, actually. Because doing on top of that bit up there is kind of annoying. Like doing the windows and everything is kind of irritating. I remember I'd do it from standing on the ledge and then constantly be just falling off. It's probably smarter to just do it from here. And you put on the short extension, just get a little bit more reach. And then once it starts to give out, then you can just swap to the next nozzle up. I don't think we're going to be able to move the scaffold down further to be able to get the other end though, which is kind of annoying. So I might still have to do a little bit of standing work. I'm starting to think I should just go back to using the yellow all the time again. Just keep flip-flopping. Or at least I can get these awkward angles on this bit here. There probably is room for the scaffold further down, come to think. I think it should be fine. It'll just be right next to the building. Underneath there. Lovely. Normally I like start from the roof and then work my way down, but yeah, we'll just start from this entire side, why not? Just get it done. We need to do some other angles on that. We really need to do the ground floor from this height though. I get the tops of the door frame and stuff though, which is nice. Okay, can the scaffold fit here? No, no it cannot. That's a little bit annoying actually. It can fit right here though. See what we can reach from this corner. Now if we put the long extension on, at least get the undersides of this stuff. It probably doesn't even care about us getting those parts of the window. Can I stand on the fence? No. Well, that was worth a shot. Yeah, window frame does not care about whether or not you can do the top or not, turns out. Should have known. Apparently the window cares about something. It's probably the bit above the middle of the frame. From here we did these ones from the side anyway. Good. Oh, and that's the whole wall done. Okay. That was easy. That was easier than I expected. Do this bit underneath. Trim and the top of the wall above the windows while standing on the garden awkwardly. Everything else we can do when we're right in front of it, basically. Sweet. I don't think we need an extension on anymore, do you? And at this point we just go back to the green, I suspect. Door handle is not separate, it seems. The window was, but the handle was not. Okay. Phew. That light is completely done. weird how they make the window the whole, like, all 8 panels. Seems a tad excessive. Yep, there it is, and the frame as well. Probably gonna have to just go stand up there just a little bit. We'll get there. So basically let's just do it from this angle first. And then this angle second. There's the window, there's the frame. God, it's lazy. It doesn't demand that I get everything at all. This wall is gonna... Yep. Cool. I don't know if it's more forgiving than how I remember it or what. It's probably the same, it just seems a lot more forgiving. And it's just this overhang bit here. Should be simple enough. Does extend around. Oops. Okay. Just wanted to finish everything on top there first. Back up we go. Should do this facing the other direction. I should have just done it standing on the scaffold, to be perfectly honest. I'm not sure quite why I decided to jump on here again. The scaffold is right there. Guess we can do these side bits more easily this way. Overhang, I presume, needs to be done underneath still. Okay, window... and frame, apparently, even though it looked like there was still a ton left to be done. Okay. Let's go to the end and look backwards, but not an angle. Okay. Perfect angle for doing this stuff. Get this overhang done. Get overhang and done with. Well, I think we do the rest of the ground floor separately now, to be honest. He says still doing some bits. Anyway. Going up. We'll do the outside of this from here because it's just easier. Rather than trying to do it on a weird angle from above. Wrong way. Okay. Time to get all up on its business. Probably don't have to be too exact on this. Maybe if we work our way along this way and then we come back facing the other way, then we'll be able to clean off the side. The bit that we missed from the scaffold earlier. And then we've got the inside of it, of course, that we'll need to get while standing on the roof. Also this bit here, but we can pixel exploit a little bit there. Gotta love a bit of pixel walking. Cool. So that should be pretty much all that I can reach from here. Wing. And now... inside. Okay. Apparently that's now clean. Didn't even think of it. That bit. Can't really get underneath. Wow, okay. I still had half of that to go and it just decided, yeah, you know what, that's fine. Alright. This is going to be a pretty quick level, all told. The roof of the next building over, like the main fire station, is the most tedious part because you have to just walk up and down, up and down, up and down. But at least we're going to be able to use at least the green, if not even just the white nozzle. Okay, well that's done around the edges. Don't know where all of this is draining to, but... you can either do this by going vertically, just go up and down and up and down, or you can do this like staggered walk. So we're using a stick, like a controller stick for the movement would be really nice, but using it for the aiming would just be very imprecise. So I don't imagine it works that well. But I often feel that using a controller for the movement would be really nice, just to be able to do like a steady movement instead of just having to tap, tap, tap all the time. But using a mouse for the targeting is so much nice. Just like any FPS game, I don't really like the feel of playing FPSs on console. Targeting just feels awkward. You have to have the controller acceleration cranked way up, or have some form of auto-targeting, which obviously doesn't work on a more free-form format like this. Works when there's actual, like, individual enemies to target. Not so much when it's just a general surface. This is a taste of what we're going to have to do the next roof over. Just doing it in a smaller scale. Then once we've done the roof, then the rest of it's not so bad. The roof is by far the most annoying bit. Doing larger walls, like on the tower, is somehow not as bad, simply because you can get a bit more distance and spray across it without moving as much. It's always more tedious doing it underneath you, because you just can't get that distance. So you have to just be standing right above it, and you have to move your character so much more than just your cursor. I think that's the main reason why I find it quite different. Don't really need to do the vertical face of this from here, but meh, we're here. We're here and we're doing it anyway. I also appreciate that you've got the fire exit cladding is up to the, like the fire exit is up to the roof for this thing. When you've got big doors out the front. Not sure why you'd come up to the roof. They don't even have, like, you know, the helipad is over there. It's not like the helipad's on the roof or anything like that. Then it would make sense, but otherwise, why do you even have roof exits? I don't know. Roof access just seems a bit unnecessary. Cool. So the wall topper we need to do this side of. There it is. This wall we need to do down as far as that. The vertical aspects we'll worry about from the ground. Another wall topper. I think this one we don't need to care about the underside of it, but we do need to care about the front of it. Nice. I guess we can just do the cladding, or at least this part of it. We're going to have to do the outside of it by actually standing on it there. Or from the ground floor, I guess, but it's got a weird angle. It's got this bit here. So we have to do this by standing on it, pretty much. But the front vertical face we can do from the ground. We're just here anyway, so we may as well do it from here. Also, we are getting the top angles on the trim, like the metal trim, which is probably a good thing to be getting from up here. It's probably going to be a bit annoying without that otherwise. And I'd have to like, put the scaffold in front and do all of that rubbish. Or use the turbo or something. And I feel I should pretty much never need to use the red or turbo nozzle with this washer. It just should not be necessary. If it is, I feel I've done something very wrong. Or I'm just trying to get something from a very long distance, I guess. Would be the key point. Like the Mayor's Mansion, trying to get the egg stains and stuff where you get the extra long extension. I guess if I'm using the extra long extension with this, I'll probably be able to still use just the yellow nozzle. But with the basic wash, you definitely had to use the turbo at that point. Ooh. Oh, we managed to save it by jumping on that little bit of trim there. Fantastic. The reflexes. God damn. Alright. From the inside again. We'll take everything from the inside. And take it all away. Anyway. Move it. Throw it all away. That's the low. Throw it all away. We'll take everything from the inside and wash it down a drain in this case. I guess this is also a case of I could be doing a bit of a wall walk here just to get the top of the door frame and stuff. It's probably valuable. Door frame / window frame, whatever it is. The light as well. Probably a good idea. Run the walls before we do the rest of the roof. And then we'll run the world, and maybe we'll run the night. See how we feel. Cool. So I'll put the windowsill there. I mean, while we're here, may as well just do this as well. We don't even need to do the underside of the cladding because we did it so well from on top. Apparently it was enough to clean it even here. So there's rust on this wall that with the basic washer you have to scour away with the red nozzle. I just wafted the green nozzle over it and it disappears. Yeah. That's the stuff right there. Not bad. Once again, not really able to appreciate the graffiti because it just gets cleaned away too quickly. I'm sure it was inventive, thought-provoking, mildly hilarious, but it's just too bad. I certainly won't be remorseful in the slightest about doing that with the graffiti that we get later on and like the subway and stuff where it's just a meaningless repeated texture. This bit here, is this a separate wall or does it go all the way around? I think it's separate. Yep. Ooh. Kind of have to do it from this angle because otherwise we won't be able to. Oh, we can't crawl along there. Okay, we have to can only stand, and even then, not really. We can get stuck an awful lot. That's what we can do. All right. For some reason, there's a break in the wall for the cladding to have this weird inset. Quite understand why. The rest of that will be the underside, and we'll only be able to do from down below. There's the wall topper. There's the wall. Wall and the top. There we go. Perfect. Right, so it's a case of where to start doing the roof. And I guess we just start here because that's where we are. And running around without cleaning something is just wasting time, so... we use just the white nozzle on this. We kinda can, to be honest. A little bit slower across the algae, I guess. Or moss or whatever it is. Only just. Don't really have to slow down much for anything. Yes, that's pretty good. We could always line ourselves up, which is really hard to do, and then just do this. We do most of a tile width, and because we're not quite straight, we do need to just feather the sideways arrow just a bit, but that's fine. When you're looking down at a certain angle, you just walk slightly slower, which is really good for giving yourself the time you need to do this coverage. And we're across. And back we go. Almost do an entire ceiling tile or roof tile width with the white nozzle. But if we do try and do that, then it doesn't quite work, so okay. Let's not get greedy. We're already making a huge gain by doing this with this nozzle at all. Let's not just get carried away and make it take longer than it should. So about there. And we do about half a tile, slightly more. Yeah, now we've got the rough edges from where we were before, yeah. Don't get greedy. That said, missing some spots and stuff probably won't matter because it's bound to just give us a bit of a generosity thing later anyway. We do it like this, middle of the screen, edge of the tile, and we're getting a bit of an overlap onto the next one. And we get about half the tile done. That's pretty good. It might be going a little bit too fast though. It's difficult to turn around without changing your vertical angle, and that affects your speed. I mean, if we have to go hunting for some tiny little bits that we missed later, then I guess so be it. Back and forth. That voice of yours keeps me up at night. There's not a song lyric here today for some reason. Yeah. And turn. Turn. 2, 3, and... It's like a dance track. Dance of the Power Washer Fairies. Or Hall of the Washer King, perhaps? Hall of the Washer King, I like that. This is awkward, because we're going to go up and then back and then not have to do anything on the side. So let's just pull this all the way up here. And now go again. Just some sporadic bits of thicker grime that we didn't quite clear the first time around as well. With the edge. Not exactly living on it, but... Okay. Back into the rhythm. And turn. We might just do this bit down here as well while we're at it. Zwink, 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 zwink. Nice. Let's just do the edge while we're at it. And kind of work our way in. Let's just do spirals. Really. We want to do, just go round and round. Instead of back and forward. This is definitely the tedious bit. I remember someone saying that, like, they liked the fire station but not the tower. Like, well, I did the tower in like 5 minutes. The station, especially this bit, yeah, this is the worst. The outside of the station, not so bad. Like, once you get down onto doing the walls and stuff, yeah, fine, not so bad. This bit is just yawn. It's very much a case of finding the most efficient way of doing it. Nice if there was just like a 90-degree spin button. You just automatically turn 90 or even 180. Like a look behind button like you get in some RPGs. Come on, almost there. Almost there, and it's so big that it should not make me chase after just tiny little bits that I've missed. Probably don't even need to do that whole strip. Nope, there we go. Didn't even need to do the strip that we missed. Alright, so that should be everything from up here. And now it's just a case of working our way around. We'll leave the front to last, because I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be... I mean, if the white one was working on the roof with the moss, it'll probably work on the walls with the lichen as well, let's be honest. We do just have to be a little bit slower maybe, so I guess is it worth it? Yes, it's wider, but if you have to go slower, then I don't know. Question for the ages, that one. The window doesn't seem to care, so... Because we're being able to just creep slowly sideways would be nice. You've got a sprint command, you almost need a walk command. You got like, I don't know, creep command or something. You do go a little bit slower when you're crouching, I guess, so we can just do this, but still not quite slow enough. We want to go a lot more deliberately over the area. That frame just did not care. Sound gets a bit weird sometimes, I've noticed. Especially when you got multiple dings in succession. Is the door frame done? Yes. Okay. Assuming it was even a separate bit at all. Yeah, it seems just using the white nozzle is pretty much all you need on everything. For everything else, there's the wide nozzle. Except for rust. It won't do rust, I'm fairly sure. So it should do the wall here, but it won't do that grate, I don't think. Here's the wall. What if we get right up close to it, this vent? Oh yeah, if you're right up close, it looks like it still does it anyway. Alright. That's if it was even rust. It might not have actually been. It might have just been grime or something. Oh, there's the cladding that we were wondering about before when we were upstairs. I guess paint is the other test for the white nozzle. Standing right up close. Yeah. It seems to loosen it if you go really slow over it, but it's not worth the time it takes when you can just swap to the green and do it. Nice. Let's go get the light from a few angles. Definitely leaves behind a bit of the lichen still. Gotta go a little bit slow with that. It's great with the general dirt though. And then you do get the consideration, of course. Well, if I have to go slow with it, I may as well just use the green. Crafting, good. Everything from here. We're doing a pretty good job of just knocking things off as we come across them, I think. I suspect this base, yeah, keeps going, as does that top of it. And if we stand like this, we can see the whole wall. It's the topper, good. Cladding, I'm fairly sure got finished anyway. Okay, well from this distance, let's just use the yellow because angle as well as distance does make a difference. Accidentally right-clicking, it's just a terrible habit I have. It just cancels the auto spray. Ding ding. Ding ding. All the dings. Alright. Well, this vent still needs a little bit of attention. That's just because we need to do this angle, isn't it? Yeah. Done. Good. Everything along here done? I think so. Cool. Well, let's keep going around. Nice. It is nice when it doesn't have just separate door handles and everything. Yeah, it's not actually... there is mold on the metal here, but not rust, it's mold instead. That's why it's coming off so easily. I'm fairly sure rust would... surely rust would need the yellow nozzle, not just the green. But hey, who knows? Spotlight I probably just need to do underneath. Yep. Yeah, there's that cladding trim done. Since we were so good on it from above. Ding, 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 ding. Always nice. All the dings. Doors done. This should be the last of the cladding. Yep. And that goes all the way around. This was the last bit. Nice. Okay, apparently the door's not quite clean. Just bit down the edges, it seems. I wonder if it kind of tucks in a bit. But you can't actually tell by looking at it. Yeah. It's a weird bit underneath, some sort of weird lip that tucks in. Lights, here's the wall. This is just a really straightforward map. It's all just about the surface area. There's a few tricky angles and stuff with some of the windows and things, but yeah, it's really not complicated. It's just big. I've definitely screwed up something with the audio. Oh, we've already got the checklist. Garage door, wall, and wall base, and that is it. We have executed this very well to get that. No leftover bits. Nothing to run around like a headless chicken trying to figure out where it is or what it is. All done, just like that. Beautiful. Time-lapse time. Just over an hour for that. So it's really tedious to do the roof, but it does look awfully nice on the time-lapse when you just see it kind of... One person who loves standing around spraying water at stuff to another, you have our respect as well as some of our taxes. Okay. Awesome. Well, that's the fire station done in a lot less time. Perfect.